Hi, good morning. This is Sirishavarma from brandingbypixels, and today is Thursday. Thursday we cover a business case study video in Branding by Pixels TV, and today we are going to talk about this upcoming industry in India, which is the OTT platforms or the over-the-top platforms. We will be talking about the history of OTT platforms, the different players in this specific business domain. We will be talking about the statistics regarding OTT platforms, and we will be also talking about the guidelines given by government to look at what sort of content is being broadcasted on the OTT platforms, specifically pertaining to India. So let us get into it. OTT platforms in India is a 5,000 rupees crore industry. This is as per 2020 statistics. Some of the players who are very active in this space are ZEE5, Sun Next, Alt Balaji, Hotstar, Prime Video, Sony Live, Netflix, Bigflix, Eros Now, Woot, Airtel Extreme, Disney Plus Hotstar, AHA. So there are some regional players specifically when it comes to India market because of the wide range of regional content that could be created in India. For example, the regional players are Sun Next, Alt Balaji, Sony Live, Woot, Eros Now, Bigflix, etc. And this industry, OTT industry, actually exploded in India because of the pandemic and lockdown that happened way back in March 2020. In March 2020, because of the pandemic situation rising across the world, Indian government took a stand and they implemented lockdown overnight. Because of this, and because of the advent of different cases that were happening, the lockdown was extended for minimum of 3 months, which made sure that everybody was sitting at home. There was nothing much that we could do. All the work, even if you belong to an IT industry, had to be done from home. So because of this, people had a lot of time on their hands as they did not have to travel to their offices, and that is where this OTT platforms explosion happened in India. As on December 2020, India has 355 million OTT viewers with a 35% year-on-year growth. This industry is seeing a 35% year-on-year growth and has around 355 million viewers at this point of time. There are metro cities which are specifically looking at contribution in a huge number of the OTT usage. Metro cities account for 60% of OTT usage, and Indians under 35 years of age account for 90% of OTT viewership at this point of time. Explosion of OTT platforms is also because of the lower cost of smart TVs available in India's market. Smart TVs in India nowadays are available at a meager cost of 10,000 rupees only. If you specifically look at the number of internet users in India and among that the number of OTT viewers, there are 432 million internet users in India, out of which 355 million are looking at OTT while consuming content. This is because of also the advent of Reliance Jio. Reliance launched its Jio, which is an internet mobile service, which was free when Reliance launched. So because of this, you could get a minimum Reliance plan for making calls, but you were also able to access lot of content on the internet for free because of their higher bandwidths that they were giving out for free. 40% of the content that is created on OTT platforms in India is of the regional content. So if you specifically look at India, India has lot of languages, we have a lot of cultures. That means for each of the specific culture and the language, there could be content created. And because of the advent of OTTs, there are lot of creators which have also come up. there are so many people who are creating a lot of regional content and they're selling it off on OTT, making good money. Now, if you specifically look at the bigger players like Amazon Prime, they have announced that they will be investing 300 million in original content specifically to create regional content in India. If you look at India's film industry, because that is the biggest competition of the content that is being created on OTT platform, India's film industry produces 2000 films per year and generates a revenue of 19,177 crore rupees. But OTT also has been helpful in promoting Indian movies. Because of OTT and the subtitles option that is available in OTT, there are lot of other regional movies that are being shown to everybody in India, and because of the subtitles option which is available, people are also viewing content from other languages which they may not even know. So because of this, there is a huge promotion of other language movies also in OTT platforms. And the other reason for the explosion of OTT platforms is not just films. The second or the biggest industry here, specifically in India, is cricket. And the advent of IPL, Indian Premier League, was also one of the reasons which made Disney Plus Hotstar the number one OTT platform here in India, because Disney Plus Hotstar was able to back the contract to broadcast IPL matches. Amazon is investing heavily on regional content. Along with Airtel, they have also launched a mobile-only plan for a minimal of 89 rupees, whereas Netflix has launched a mobile-only plan for 149 rupees. But if you specifically look at Netflix and Amazon Prime strategy, Amazon is investing heavily on regional content development, whereas Netflix is creating more of a broad audience kind of content specifically targeted at English speaking audience and metro living audience. Whereas Amazon Prime is also creating content in regional languages here in India. Now, some of the shows which have been created by Amazon, which is also Amazon original films and production, and which have become a huge hit in the OTT platforms in India, are Patal Lok, Tandav, and Surarai Potru was one of the movies which was launched in the OTT platform rather than wait for conditions to be okay in India. Because of the pandemic situation that has happened in India, the government of India has taken a decision to close the movie theaters. So, huge budget movies like Surarai Potru were supposed to be released in theaters, but because of this advent of higher cases of corona happening in India, the theaters were not open. So, Surarai Potru, which is also a biopic regarding Simplify Fly Deccan Airlines, was a movie which was made with bigger budgets, and people were actually expecting it to be released in theaters because this is a big box office movie. But because of the pandemic and because of the corona situation here in India, all the theaters were closed. And rather than wait for the theaters to open, this was one of those movies that went against the distributors and then launched directly on the OTT platform, which is Amazon Prime, and became a huge hit instantly. Now, if we specifically look at content guidelines given by the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, when OTT platforms actually started in India, they were not that huge. And Information and Broadcasting Ministry did not actually look at regulating the content that was put out on OTT platforms. But they advised Internet and Mobile Association of India to consider third-party monitoring and code of ethics to specifically monitor the content that was being released on OTT platforms. But with the rise of lot of complaints given by public due to the sensitivity of topics, the nudity, and also because of the violence that was being shown on the content which was released on OTT platforms, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry is now willing to regulate the content that is being released on the OTT platforms under the Information Technology Act 2000. They might be actually coming up with new laws to regulate the content on OTT platforms. And some of the shows which have had a lot of complaints in this specific prohibited content category are Thandav and Mirzapur 2, which have been huge hits on OTT platforms here in India. We have to see what sort of guidelines the Information and Broadcasting Ministry is going to launch for future, because OTT platforms are here to stay. And with big companies like Netflix and Amazon Prime investing a lot of money in creating regional content specifically for Indian audience, I think the government definitely has to look at this seriously and bring out new guidelines to make sure that the content that is being showcased on these platforms is relevant for the audience specifically in India. I hope you liked the content of this video. This is Sirisha Varma, founder chief strategist at Branding by Pixels, a business strategy design and digital marketing company coming live to you from India. I record videos 3 times a week, Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. Tuesday I talk about a digital marketing topic. This week I have talked about creating a Facebook business page in the right way. This is a video wherein I have created a Facebook business page from scratch. You can check out that video if you're looking at creating a business page for your brand on Facebook. Thursday, I cover a business case study. Last week, I spoke about India's largest online aggregator, Policy Bazaar. You can also check out that video. Saturday, I do a book review. Last Saturday, I did this book review of this amazing book, which I recommend that you should at least read it once in your lifetime, called as The Millionaire Fastlane by M.J. DiMarco. Please do check that out as well. If you like the content that I am creating, please do subscribe to my channel and smash that like button. Also share it within your network if you think this content will be helpful to somebody in your network. Please do take care. This is Sirisha Varma signing off. I will see you again on Saturday. Bye-bye.